Alright, we're
Clear expired 10/24 of 1907 Saturn.
Coordinates 3435, Boston Boulevard.
in residential.
Copy, thank you.
So So they are running a speed trap here. So they like to catch people coming off that hill.
Can you run the subject?
And there's a third one somewhere. I saw him.
Looks like he has,
I don't know where he's at, but they've called for a supervisor.
It's Robert, Ocean, Sam, Henry.
And I was trying to get a hold of the supervisor
Sam,
because
Henry,
of
Adam,
something that
Boy,
happened the other day.
Zebra, 10/19 of 91.
And so now I get to talk to the supervisor.
218 DMV.
Yes.
I don't know who this is.
10/7.
Cicerelli.
Charles 5.
So when the supervisor gets here, we're going to talk to him.
Charles 5.
Charles 5.
706.
Very 11. This property is going to be A. It's Boy, Edward, Yellow. And the first is Shabazz.
Oh, this is Braga. Oh, it's not Braga. I'm wrong about that. White. Cicerelli.
Marianne, I'm not finding it. I ran a bar mess.
These are not the ones that I have the complaint about. His name is.
Copy, thank you.
I'm trying to get his name. I keep forgetting to cross. These are road pirates, but it's not Scads. It's not Braga.
I'm not finding this guy in DMV or RMS.
Sorry, 11. Can you run this plate? It's 5 William X-ray yellow. Roderick Jones, 3067 Phelps Street. Are you able to check the RMS to see if this guy says he was born in 10/19 of 91?
Sounds like they're basically hassling the guy. You can see his registration. It's hard for me to read it.
5 William X-ray yellow. 3316 after 2007 Saturn.
That's correct.
The RO on this vehicle is a Zaya Tri-12. There's no name on here that you took. And the address is 23 Delhi Avenue, 95206. Dad's name again, I'm 11 on.
What's the name?
Is that Joe? What's his name?
Roderick.
I don't know how to bring up the chat. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Born October 19th of
Oh, now you
1991.
can see chat.
That's probably our subject.
Hello, hello.
Do you have, do you think you have
Just
a
watching
deal?
Road Pirates, but I think they got the supervisor coming.
Make sure it's him.
I was trying to get a hold of him because I have a officer complaint I need to talk to him about. But it's not these two officers. It was from, I think, Thursday. And then I tried to get a hold of the supervisor, or maybe it was Friday. Either way, the supervisor never called me back.
Middle name Tyrone Jr. Address is 23 Delhi Street. License status is valid. The date is October 19th of 1991. Brown.
On the radio, I heard him say they were bringing the supervisor out.
54145.
So I don't know if he asked for it or what.
Can you give me that driver's license number?
Yellow 308.
It's pretty hot out here, so my phone might actually heat up. I'm gonna see if I can take the cover off. Bear with me for a second. I need to take the cover off this phone. It's hot in Stockton already. I do have my GoPro as backup. Alright, sorry about that. I have a pretty big cover on it and this phone heats up pretty easy.
Making a commercial?
No? No, I'm just watching these cops.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good day, brother. The problem is people talk to cops and answer questions, and you don't have to talk to cops or answer questions. So If people would learn their rights, you don't have to explain nothing to these cops. Unless it's coming back stolen, they can't do shit. If it's registered and they're going to tow it, I guarantee you nothing you're going to say is going to stop these road pirates from towing your car if it's not registered. So, talking to them does nothing. They love to steal cars all day. So, he just needs to stop talking to these cops and let them do what they're going to do, because talking to these road pirates is not going to help him. It can only hurt him. Keeps his window up at least. And I think he asked for a supervisor because they called for a supervisor.
What?
I don't know where the supervisor is.
Get one. Kevin?
Or have the false belief that talking to cops helps you.
Mary 16.
Well, it looks like they might be cutting him loose. Or something, I don't know. The supervisor hasn't showed up. Just checking how hot it's getting.
918
I'm gonna try to go to the
North Madison,
shade.
Pacific South. So. And 42 DRP was walking by call location when he could hear people inside.
Yeah, we're right in front of UOP at Knowles and Pacific. This might be the supervisor. He has sergeant stripes on, so I'm going to try to talk to him next and file a complaint about his officer. Or get some information. Okay. What happened the other day is one of his motor officers, and I'm having trouble remembering his name, and it's on my phone, which I wanted to try to go live for my first time, so I can't get to his name, but I know it starts with a H-A, Hanran or Harlan, or he'll know who it is. And we were in a residential neighborhood, and I stepped into the gutter area, and he told me it was unlawful for me to stand 6 inches into the roadway of a residential neighborhood.
Yeah, the whole green point. He had 2 LPRs back to back on, I think it's an 18.
So I do have a megaphone, and I will call him on the megaphone. Test, test. Test. I will call him on the megaphone if he tries to get away without talking to me. So I can't read his name. I usually have a camera with zoom. I should have brought it. I do have my GoPro back up.
West 415 outside of 8443 Kelly Drive, Medina Channel 1.
And then the UOP cop just went by. He got yelled at by me pretty good last time, so I don't know if he wants to come mess with me. I'm not on their property. I'm obviously on the sidewalk.
1038. Seven 715 for 2 Decker 74 at 10-858 Arrowwood. Baker 42.
Baker 42.
42 DRP is calling back, wanting officers to possibly check the base of the location as possible.
Yeah, I'm thinking resident to, it might be the apartment next door. Trying to make contact now.
Okay.
Mary 1, I'd like to talk to you next, please. So Friday I had an incident. I can't think of his name right now, and it's on my phone. If I have to stop my live stream, I will. But it's Hanran or Harlan. He's a bike cop, something like that. Harhan.
I don't know him.
No, you know him.
What's his name?
Like he wears the yellow gloves. Hanran.
I don't know him.
Harlan. I may have to close the live stream. Anyway, what he told me, we were on Euclid next to First Baptist. And I stepped into the street about 6 inches, and he told me it was unlawful for me to step in the street.
Well, you're not supposed to step in the street.
What law is that? That's what I wanted to know. He refused
to.
to.
The exact section for you.
Because I looked it up.
You want to look up pedestrian on the roadway for him?
Which is not in a residential.
I'll look it up for you. Okay.
And so what I wasn't,
955 Lawrence A on one of them.
I wasn't sure if it was like a Stockton. Yep. And what's that one?
Go read from the section if you want.
Right. Well, I read them, and I read that one.
954, 55.
Are you on the freeway or
No,
yeah,
on
He's
Euclid.
talking about walking out in the street
give you
here.
the,
Yeah, it's a
that
residential.
one's for the freeway.
Yeah, not on the freeway, on Euclid, which is residential, or at least a school. It's not a highway like this.
Yeah.
And so what you guys are going to find is that there is no law in a residential neighborhood.
So every pedestrian upon a roadway at any point other than within a marked crosswalk or within an unmarked crosswalk at an intersection shall yield to the right of way to all
Right.
vehicles upon a roadway so near as to constitute a median hazard.
Right. That would not apply to just standing in a road when there's no vehicle there. And there is for like a highway, but not a residential neighborhood. It's on, yeah.
Like a freeway off there or something.
Yeah, no, yeah. We're on Euclid, so you guys are familiar with Euclid. Right next to First Baptist.
So 21956A states, no pedestrian may walk upon any roadway outside of a business or a resident
Right.
district other than close to his or her left-hand edge of the road.
And I'm familiar with all of these. And that's why I don't want that officer to try to enforce laws on me that are not laws.
Okay. I don't know the officer you're talking about.
Okay, I gotta end this live stream. If it closes, I gotta look up this officer. Oh no, it's went back live. So his name is Hatchler.
Okay.
So he told me it was unlawful. You're gonna write it down? Wait, I didn't hear you, sir. What did he say? So did you take my complaint? Yoo-hoo. Hey, cop. Did you take my complaint about Hatchler, who does not know the law? You just got owned on the law. Hey, Sergeant, tell your fucking officers to learn the law, not their little feelings. And you tell Hatchler that, motherfucker. You just got owned, bitch. That's the fucking law. You got that, motherfucker? You learn the fucking law. So they just got owned because Hatchler didn't know the law. What? I can't hear it. It's so loud. Canda Press are on Instagram, 209 Bad Apples. 209 Bad Apples on Instagram. So he did the walk of shame because he did not know the law. Hatchler, that's you. So his cop tried to enforce a law that's not a law. And he pretended like he didn't know him. Obviously, if you work with a motherfucking, you're like, he's a supervisor of 10 bike cops. He knows him. So anyway, that's the walk of shame when a cop tries to enforce a law that's not lawful. They didn't even know the law. He tried to tell me the law right there. And he didn't know the fucking law. But I knew they were going to walk away, and that's why I brought my megaphone, so that I would have my words if he tried walking away. Stockton PD needs to learn the fucking law. Alright. So they all took off, so I guess they ended their speed trap. I'm going to close this live stream. You watched cops get owned on the law right now, which they weren't reading me any law I didn't know. I knew the answer before I asked them. At the time when he told me that, I knew the law, but I was not 100% sure there wasn't some pissant law muni code from Stockton, which is what they got air-cooled accountability with. So, but I later looked that up, so I knew before we talked the answer. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Thank you for watching. No idea how to close a live stream. All right, let's see here. My first one, by the way.